top of the turn is Yannick. What are you doing? You see him stumble backwards. He's coughing. He's sneezing. He's trying to figure out what just happened. He's a little confused. Looks a little perplexed. His back is up against the table.
I initiated the whole situation, so I believe that basically the rest of the group should get a chance in the new turn order to react somehow.
Okay, so you just want to do a wait maneuver?
So actually...
Uh-oh.
Goblin drop. I liked him.
Hey, real quick, everybody, of course, except for Sean since he's not with us at the moment, move your icon exactly where you want it, where he would have been. I just kind of estimated according to the hand-drawn map last week.
I am exactly where I should be.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you wanted to be in the doorway, out of the doorway.
Well, I believe I would be more... you know what you should do? The grid is Roll20 thing, or it's the thing you have on your drawing?
It's set into the map.
Yeah, because it's not snapping to the grid. Okay then, don't worry about it.
Oh, hey, Sean, what I was just telling them before we get started,
okay.
Move your icon wherever you would have been. Like I was telling everybody else, I just kind of dropped everybody where I thought they were supposed to be.
Okay, seems like a reasonable place for me to be.
Everybody should have.
Is this map on Roll20 on Google Hangout?
Say that again.
This map that you're talking about, is it on Roll20 and Google Hangout?
Oh yeah. Do you not have the plug-in put in?
And it's very...
I have the plug-in put in. I don't see anything.
Do you see the map at all?
No, I see a white screen.
Huh.
Okay, no, I don't see any part of the map white.
That's really...
Did you click the little pink Roll20 icon on the left-hand side?
Yes, it's highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to log off and log back into Roll.
Okay.
See if that... to Hangout. See if that fixes it.
What browser are you using?
Nope.
Never mind. Because it doesn't work too well with Internet.
Oh, you know...
I know that much. It doesn't support HTML5, which Roll20 uses. So I found that Chrome or Firefox work the best.
I never did get around to installing Chrome yet.
What's that?
Yeah.
I never did get around to installing Chrome yet. I meant to.
Are you using IE?
No, come on.
I was gonna feel bad for you.
No,
I think it works better in Chrome than it does in Mozilla, but
it does, but it doesn't work hardly worth a crap in IE. I mean, all my players had problems, so they switched to either Chrome or Firefox.
What are you using, Derek? Can you see the map?
I think you're muted, Derek.
Oh, your microphone's probably still muted there.
I hate that. That's the one feature I wish they would get rid of. The automatic.
It auto mutes me, and I'm looking at something on another page, so I have to figure out which tab it is to flip back. Yeah, I can see everything that's going on, but
Stop
I'm
looking
using
at porn, Derek.
Firefox. It's not porn yet.
It's still early, so.
It's not even 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock somewhere. What time is it there, Yanni?
I'm back.
I just realized I might want to open my character sheet.
That's okay. I got your character sheet open.
Might be good.
I like to see my numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have the Roll20 highlighted, but I don't see anything.
We were asking just as you disappeared, what browser are you using?
It's just taking a sweet time to load.
Oh, okay.
It does.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Okay.
That should be fine. Hey, Alex, while we're waiting, real quick on my pollen burst. That's just line of sight, right?
Oh, let me
Did we
see.
design that as line of sight?
I don't think so. I think. Oh, is that the spell?
Yeah, that's the innate attack we made.
Oh, the innate attack. Then that would be. Oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. You have area effect on it, dude.
No, I took it off.
Oh.
I took it off on Rev 3 because I realized I was lacking some other things, so I had to back it down.
What? You used affliction for that?
No, I used innate attack.
Innate attack. Then yeah, it's line of sight.
Just line of sight. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. So there's version 3 of Grok on the Dropbox.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I have an older.
I realized I didn't have language skills, and I had the wrong freaking medic skills, and so I kind of reworked them a bit to fit what I needed. I had to back some of my stuff off.
Okay, cool.
I was GURPS rusty.
Why is it everybody wants to text me when I'm sitting down doing something?
Okay. Okay. I just found the lacquer powder. So yeah. So there's this typo, and he just takes the damage once after failing the HT roll. It doesn't have cycles like other poisons do.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Oh, dude, is that your? Oh, that was. What'd you roll that for, Jeff?
I was just testing them.
Oh, cool. I was like, did you do something?
No, it was before we were getting going. It was a while ago.
All right, so here's his D6 of damage.
Oh.
So he will take 1 point of damage.
And then you find the coughing and sneezing on page B428.
I'm just gonna use. Can you guys see those numbers when I put them in on their stats on the token?
No.
I think we have to click on them.
Okay, I was just wondering if I could see them or if everyone could see them.
You could put a nameplate so we can see the nameplate. You have to turn it on.
Well, I didn't know if you guys could see the stats and the little heart meter and the string stuff.
No, we can't.
Okay, cool.
No.
That's excellent. That worked out for me great. I can actually put it in his health.
428. 428.
So I think Yannick, you were next because Yannick was giving up his turn since he acted at the beginning of last session or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to eat. And I'm going to fire a sleep spell at the elf here.
Okay.
He's virtually on top of us.
Okay, so he's 3 hexes away. So your spell will go off at the beginning of next turn. Oh wait, no. They changed that in 4th edition, didn't they? Yeah, so your sleep spell actually goes off like right now. Go ahead and roll your skill check for your spell.
Okay. Oh, right.
-3 for range since he's 3 hexes away.
Okay. Just do that in our heads because I've got a little button for 3d6 here. So that's not so good. So that's going to be a 9. Oh no, -3. That's going to be a 15. So no, that's not going to be enough.
Okay. You just failed it?
So I failed it. Yes.
Okay. Well, until we get a good feel for it, if you would like, I mean, depending on how much you failed it by, you know what? For this room, I'm just going to make a GM call for right now. For small rooms, I'm not going to use the range modifiers because, again, GURPS can get crunchy really fast. And I don't want to sit here and get buried under modifiers.
Alex, this guy doesn't seem to be applying any hex. He's somewhere in the middle of mine and some other one. Can you kind of fix him?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, technically you'd be in close combat right there. You can fit 2 people in a hex, so...
Yeah, actually, as he walked to the door, I meant to do the blowpipe thing when he was either here or here.
That doesn't matter.
Because
Yeah, we
I
can just put him right
can't
there.
use it in close combat.
Gotcha. There we go. Okay, so sleep spell goes off. I'm going to roll a resistance check for him. So here we go. Roll 12. He succeeded by none. How much did you succeed your spell by?
Sorry, got 2 things. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Actually, I can certainly arrange penalty. Isn't that complicated when we've got hexes marked right on the map here?
Well, I said I didn't want to get too bogged down with modifiers.
Okay.
So this is kind of a small room. Let's not even bother with it, because otherwise we're going to sit here counting hexes all night. And I don't want to do that.
In that case, I made it by 1. So he resists with health.
Right. So he succeeded by 0, so you win since you won by 1. You see he starts to mumble something you can't quite remember. He's been speaking a language nobody seems to understand,
Right.
and then you see him just immediately crumple over in confusion, and he's draped over the chair.
Okay.
And we're gonna mark him with green. Why not? So he is out.
All right. So that's it for me this turn.
Real quick, guys. I have a fan on. Are you guys getting background noise from it?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't want to drone people out. Okay.
Okay, Alex, one thing, and then I'll stop being annoying. You got the tokens as drawing.
Oh, do I have him in the wrong layer?
No, you got them in the right layer, but you got them marked, you got them tagged as drawing. So we actually don't see any markers on them.
Oh. I have them marked as what now? As drawings?
You right
You
click
need
it,
to
go to edit them, and yeah. Sorry.
Yes. You right click on them and you can mark them as you unmark them. You unmark them so they are not drawing. You find it. Yeah. Well. Never mind. Just tell us what's wrong with them. They don't have to be tokens, but in case you say we put some mark on it, we don't see any mark. That's the whole point.
Okay, I don't.
Oh fuck me.
I think so basically in Roll20 you can have things as drawings or tokens. The tokens have a little layer of we can put our own hit points and stuff on them.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's saying. I'm not seeing that, but
I see advanced, group, ungroup is drawing.
it is drawing.
So
Yeah, okay, click is drawing, so it's not drawing.
now I'm not getting anything.
Now they
on.
should be snapping into.
Well, no. The
Okay.
hexes aren't Roll20 hexes. The hexes are map 20, or the map that I made.
Yeah, okay, but look, if I put a mark on my token, you can see them, right?
Yeah.
If you put mark on them, we can't see any. Ah, okay, we see.
Oh, it was
Green
covered
one.
by the black. I see.
That's all it was. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it was.
It was in
it
the
was a little
layer
too far
of
over.
the black. Okay.
How did you put a mark on these tokens?
If you click on it, you'll get like a little bubble. Click on that, and you can put little status.
It's right
Oh.
next to the little gear.
Okay. I see it. Okay.
It could be I am dead.
Green. I just basically get a choice of colors here. Oh, or if I right click, I can put in text. Okay, I get it.
Cool. Okay, so he's out. He's sleeping. So we'll say that Grok was he checked in at the inn, found out where everyone was located at. Maybe the bartender informed them. We'll say he's been following along, maybe 5 minutes behind everybody. So he'll probably step in. We're gonna say probably about 10 rounds. It'll probably be over by then, but
Okay.
he's been kind of following the trail after he got done doing what it was he was doing.
All right.
He's on his way to the end, to Shady Glen now. All right, so that's Grok. Wilco. By the way, Francis.
The NPC with the green dot, he's asleep?
Yes, he is asleep.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get my mace ready, and then basically wait for him to wake up.
Okay. Now remember, Francis Mendoza had just sat up in the bed and was kind of groggily looking around the room.
Oh. I did not know that.
That happened at the very, very end.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, okay, I do think I remember you mentioning that.
Okay, so Wilco draws his mace.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep what I said stand, even with the knowledge of Mendoza being awake.
Okay. Francis Mendoza doesn't seem to do anything. He just kind of glances around. He seems to be, more than anything, trying to figure out where he's at. He glances around, he looks, he sees the sleeping elf, and he seems a little concerned. But beyond that, he's not doing anything. So, Yannick, top of the turn, you can see that the hobgoblin Theodore is still just racked with coughing. At this point, his nose is watering pretty heavily. He's leaning up against the table, and looks like he's trying to say something, catch his breath, but he just can't seem to do it.
I will re-ready my walking stick from blowpipe to small sword grip.
Okay.
Saying, don't move, don't you dare to move.
Okay. He doesn't really seem too concerned with moving at the moment. You can see he's trying to catch his breath. He's and he's just leaning up on the table. He keeps waving off, trying to wave off and backing away. So his back is now to the wall, and he's in the far corner of the table there. So what are you doing, Sean?
I think I'm going to fire another sleep spell, this time at Mendoza.
Okay.
No, wait.
Oh!
That's better.
All right. Here
Nice.
goes. That was really good.
Okay, so that makes it by 5.
By 5. Here's a health check for Mendoza, but he also has some modifiers going against him as well. Oh! Okay. Needless to say, he is not going to resist this one. You see, it looks like he's trying to kick his legs out off of the bed when the spell hits him, and he kind of, but it's not time yet. And he actually falls out of the bed and onto the floor.
He'll be out for a while.
Good boy.
With his sheet neatly wrapped around him.
Pulling his sheet along with him, yeah.
Have you seen the way my kids fall out of the bed? It does happen. Okay, so Grok, you actually show up downstairs in the lobby.
Okay, so is this just like a normal inn?
Yes, it's a small little inn. You can see when you approach the building, it's basically it looks like two houses were built around like a building that joined the two to make an inn. It wasn't originally an inn, basically.
Okay, so is there like a barkeep at the front of it?
Yeah, right up here.
Okay, and there, I'm gonna say, have you seen a a small little goblin and a few humans and one human, I guess, and a little halfling running around. I've been trying to chase them all over town.
I have. I think they went to go visit an uncle, I think, or something upstairs.
Uncle? Oh, okay. And I just ignore him and walk up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be occupied for a little while. All right, so Wilco.
I guess everyone's pretty okay. I'm gonna sheath my mace and sit down in the chair.
Okay. Yeah, the other guy, he's still coughing pretty heavily. He's trying to catch his breath, but every time he's about to say something, he just gets racked with coughs again. So Wilco is sitting down, effectively taking the weight. So we're back to Yannick again.
Weight maneuver, pointing my walking stick on the goblin. If he snaps out of it, I will smash him in the face. And
if he smashes out of it, well, he's not going to smash out of it for a good minute.
yeah, well, he can actually do anything he wants. He's got just -3 to dexterity
Right.
and -1 to IQ.
Right, he just saw his companion. He's not doing anything right now. Right now, he's backing up against the wall. He's put his hands up. He's trying not to. He doesn't want to get whacked in the face.
Okay, well, that's what I do. And in case he does something, I will smash him in the face. It's weight maneuver.
All right, let me check something real quick. I need to look at success real fast. Yes, someone. Does anybody have? You know what? I have the skills right here. I can look. And nobody does. Okay, so he finally manages to catch his breath after a while. I don't know what you did that for, but I'll do whatever you need. What the hell was that for? And you see he's trying to wipe the stuff off of his face, and you can see it's irritating his skin pretty badly at this point. What was that for? Listen,
You are acting a little too suspiciously. I want to know. I jump up on the table so I don't look so small.
Okay.
I just realized I'm halfling. And then I go. You are acting too suspiciously. What for would you wake up your uncle when you were going to do something downstairs? I want you to start talking right now instead of just messing around trying to fool us. What are you trying to do with him?
All I'm trying to do is make sure he is resting peacefully, and that's all. Now, Wilco, I'm assuming anyway, since you seem to be the one who has the authority here. Could you please bring a little bit of order to this? I don't want any trouble. We're not looking for any trouble. I'm just looking to make sure Mr. Mendoza is resting peacefully. That is all my job. That's it.
I don't know. Explain a little bit more. Is he moving closer to the door?
Yeah, he's moving to the corner.
Is he going to get walked in the face?
I don't know. Let's remind me what happened in the last session. These guys were pretending to be the cousins, even though we believe that they're the actual security force for Mendoza.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were wondering why they hadn't sort of reported their presence to the to the town, because I think we expected that the town was supposed to be made aware that this guy was here and sort of in custody. That's the way we
either
understood
security
it.
forces or bandits that found a really nice prize.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's one more thing. We started this whole combat situation because just before he was about to leave, the other guy put something on the Mendoza's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's why I blew the dust in one of their faces, because I kind of changed my mind in a second and decided not to let him leave unless we find out what the hell they are doing with him.
How about this? You go and inspect Mendoza about what this ointment is that he wiped on him, and I go over there and make sure that he doesn't leave.
Okay, good idea. So I go to the sleeping elf,
Mm-hmm.
and because I know he's hiding the stuff in his sleeve,
Right.
I will search him looking for the little bottle he probably has in his sleeve.
Okay. It's not hard to find. You pull his sleeve back. You see he's wearing gloves, and he's got long gloves on, and he's got like a little pocket sewn into the wrist of his glove, where you can just reach down with a finger and pull out whatever's in there, and you can see that it's a damp cloth, and it's got some sort of powder. You can see the residue of powder, but it's definitely damp a little.
Okay, I will use my all possible knowledge to identify what the hell is it.
Okay.
I know something about poisons, herbal lore, which could help me to find out what herbs are.
Okay, I see both of your skills, so go ahead and roll.
Which one?
You know what? Go ahead and roll herb lore.
It's success by 1.
Okay. Looking at it,
Smelling it.
It's a mixture of numerous things. You can't identify all of them, but you know there's definitely some sort of toxin in there to induce sleeping, actually.
Uh-huh.
And from the feel of it, like I said, you can see residue of some sort of powder still. It's not very damp. It looks like it's dried out a little too much to be effective. But like I said, you can catch the smell of numerous things in there. It's more like a concoction of probably stuff than 1 or 2 herbs.
So I turn to them and I say, they are using this, and I show it to keep Mr. Mendoza asleep. So they've got something better to do with him than turning him authorities as they should. That's my opinion.
It's all right. Let's go to the authorities then. I'm not looking for any trouble, but he needs to remain asleep, at least for now.
Well, he has a sleep spell on him, so mission accomplished. Let's take it to the authorities.
My friend is. Can I maybe at least get a little help setting him in the bed so he can at least sleep off whatever it is you did to him?
Is anyone going to stay in this room to guard the Mendoza and the other person?
Yeah, well, I'm very scareful halfling, so I can stand on the table. I'm obviously being ironic.
So, between the
They
convers-
should stay asleep for about 8 hours, but I don't know about that Mendoza guy. If he's been sleeping all for a long time, he might wake up earlier.
Well, my concern would be how the hell do I overpower this nasty hobgoblin?
At
Well-
that, you guys
So-
hear a knock at the door. And you're pretty sure this is the right door, Grok. This is the door he pointed at.
Okay.
You can hear people talking on the other side of the door. Some of the voices you recognize.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door and kind of, if I recognize the voice, I'm actually gonna probably open it. Maybe slowly open it.
Okay.
Real quick. We are busy in here.
Well, I can go outside and take a nap.
Grok!
He immediately moves away from the door.
Well, there's the answer to your question.
Exactly. Hello, Grok. My favorite ogre.
Grok,
I kind of knock.
you know what? I need
Come on.
everyone, now that we're no longer in combat time, everyone to make just a general perception check of the room. Now that you can actually have a moment to look around and see what's in the room and take a better assessment.
Success by 1.
Um,
I
perception.
failed by 1.
I made it by
Failed by 4.
3.
Okay. So for those of you that made it, you can see that they don't seem to have a whole lot of personal possessions in the room. There's one small bag on the table. It seems to be cinched up pretty tight still. Other than that, there's over in the corner at the table, there's a little potted plant sitting there. Looks like a little tree. There's some codes. Whatever. It doesn't look like they brought a lot of stuff. If they had anything on the ship, they didn't bring it with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand in the doorway, kind of assessing the room.
Grok, you came as an answer to all our questions.
In what way?
You certainly are more scary than the hobgoblin over here. So we just found the person we've been looking for, and me possessing a walking stick, I'm the most competent person to walk. Go inform the authorities that we found the person we are looking for. What about that?
Yet again, my Yannick, of course, you're gonna inform the authorities and, of course, take the reward. I'm sure, right?
No, I'm not taking any reward. We will deal with them later. We are doing it because we are good citizens of this town, of course, right?
Oh, of course, and I'm kind of grinning.
Not mentioning, I'm still very sad that my last patient died because of my fault. I'm trying to not think about it. It happened just this morning.
But we are getting the reward, right?
Of course we are,
You're at least getting paid for the.
right? Looking at Wilco.
So what do you need from me?
I just need you to look very scary, so the hobgoblin doesn't try any, scam.
You hear a voice in the hallway. Is everything okay in there?
Of course it is.
Oh. Can I help in any way?
I'm at the doorway. I'm gonna look at him and kind of just give him just a grimace, and just nod my head away.
Okay, all right. He goes back downstairs.
Oh,
All right. I can help guard if that's what's needed. So, real quick, out of character, who's who? There's an elf, and then the other guy's a hobgoblin, the guy in the chair.
The guy in the chair is an elf. He was
Okay.
trying to speak, but no one
Yeah.
understood him. And then the guy against the wall is the hobgoblin.
Okay, the guy with the blonde hair.
Right. And then there's a guy sleeping on the floor who fell out of the bed.
Does the hobgoblin speak? I'm gonna ask. Does the hobgoblin? Do you speak common?
Oh yes. Yeah.
How about we take a seat next to your sleeping friend?
That's okay. Make a perception check for me. In fact, everyone should make a perception check.
Succeed by 2.
Except Yannick, you make an acting check.
Oh, well, I blew that one by 3.
Oh wow!
roll,
Wilco,
Wilco.
holy
They
crap!
mine by 6.
Nice roll.
The first thing you notice immediately, and it just jumps out and bites you, is he does not want to go anywhere near Francis Mendoza. Something about the man makes him nervous. In fact, you're pretty sure it's just more than nervousness. He looks a little scared.
The elf? Well, I guess it's not me, so.
Oh, the elf
Everyone
looks
else just notices. He notices he definitely looks a little nervous. He does have a room full of people.
Wilco noticed he's terrified.
Right.
Okay.
Wilco's the one who notices he is scared. It's not just nervousness. Something about this man scares him. But he does comply. That he sits right over by the table, or stands by the table.
Okay, as long as they're not near the door. Is there any windows near there they could jump out of?
The only window is right back here. Otherwise,
so-
it's a fairly dark room lit by only lanterns and a few candles. There's a lantern over here. There's a lantern
It's like-
here, and there's some candles on the table.
And it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
I'm trying to remember what time it was. You know what? It was after lunch, so yeah, it's probably somewhere on 1 or 2,
Oh,
if I remember right. I want to say it was after lunchtime.
It was after a pile of donuts and one.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was
That's
after
what
lunch.
It was after lunch. In
You
fact,
said there was a plant in this room? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, there. Make a check, Grok.
That'd be something I would be very interested in, obviously.
I've ever looked in. Oh, you know what?
Success.
Wilco would get a roll as well.
Success by 2.
Sure. Yeah, go for it, Yannick. Anyone basically with any sort of gardening or planting knowledge can make a check.
I got gardening.
I failed mine by 4.
I got all skills that include some plants. And it's success by 2 on gardening or herb lore, and it's success by 2 on naturalist as well, so you pick.
Okay, so for those who succeeded by less than 2 or less, you know it's a plant, a tree of some sort. You're not quite sure what kind. It looks like it's been stunted. It's a beautiful little plant. It's been very well developed, very well tended to. The pot is the pottery is very well made. Quality. Like I said, someone has taken great care to take care of this plant. You can tell it in the greenery and the bark. Anyone who succeeded by more than that identifies this as some sort of, well, you're not really quite sure. Who succeeded
I have-
by 10? Oh, I'm sorry.
I succeeded by 2.
You succeeded by 2?
But I have spells that identify plants, and my build. I have all plant-based spells.
Right. I will need to message you.
Okay.
How do I do a whisper again? It's
/W and then start typing my name.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, I believe these two are actually bandits, not the true security. So I think we need to wake up Mandela, to see what he feels about this.
Yeah, I got the same suspicion. So, how
Well,
about...
let's disarm them. So I'm going to kind of, hey, big boys, why don't you throw your weapons over here?
Sure, not a problem. He takes off the sword reluctantly and lays it down slowly on the table.
Okay.
So, are we still sticking to the plan? I'm going to inform the guards.
Let's first wake up Mendoza.
Okay.
What? Wake up, Mendoza? Wake up, Mendoza?
All right, so who's waking him up?
Why is that a good idea?
These guys wanted him asleep. Furthermore, they're afraid to be by him. So I think if he was awake and alert,
You guys
he
want to wake
could
him
bring
up?
something.
You guys don't want to wake him up?
See,
But these guys, if these guys are afraid of him and don't want to be near him, I don't know if we want to be waking him up.
Listen, this man is crazy, and he's dangerous. Let's be blunt.
Dangerous how?
We all
How
know
dangerous?
who he is. I'm not saying you're not dangerous, but what I'm saying is...
No, him. How dangerous? Dangerous how?
He's Oraculum. He's a medium, and he's crazy.
Well,
I agree.
What's he gonna do?
He's-
Predict our futures?
I don't want to know.
crazily predict our futures. Everyone's going to die under a waterfall.
Yeah, well,
Everybody's gonna die in a mysterious inn fire.
My
I
orders...
obviously won't because I'm avoiding any big water bodies all my life long as a good mountain. So I'm not scared about waterfall.
It's like my orders have been the entire time taken from him were to keep him asleep. He emphasized that to me numerous times. I'm just following orders. I don't know what will happen if he wakes up, but I will not be responsible for it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to... Sorry.
That's enough. Now shut up. You might have noticed we just overpowered you. And you are our prisoner unless this situation gets clear. That's why we are calling the authorities.
I agree, my little friend. But in the meantime, perhaps me and Yibith can see if we can sense some magical aura surrounding him. See if there's something else in play.
Yeah. You do what you got to do. I just want to call the guards. I don't want to have any more responsibilities over these people. Last person I have responsibility for is not among us anymore.
How do you do a assist in GURPS, Alex? Can
Um,
you assist someone's magic spell? Like, do we both roll it, and how does that work?
for magic, you both have to know it, and the lead caster has to know it at 15 or above. And if the assistant knows it, they can provide like a +1.
Okay.
And, and it's ceremonial magic, so it takes way longer. It's like 10 times the normal casting time.
Okay, so we just need to cast detect magic separately then.
Yeah, so it's easier to do it separately.
I'm just gonna roll.
Well, the
Detect
detect
Go
magic
ahead.
takes, I believe, an hour of casting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not an easily done thing.
Damn it, I
But
wasted a good roll.
no, you didn't. We'll take that
Well-
roll and apply it to your. I don't know who's all familiar with Shadowrunning, but Shadowrunning has this thing called assessing. Basically, it's kind of what you're doing right now. You look over him and you focus deeply, and you're looking for any signs of magic, and trying to pull any auras. And in the book, Magery allows you to sense magic the first time you see it,
Mm-hmm.
and the first time you touch it. And it's basically an IQ check plus your magery level.
Okay, so my major is 2, so I succeeded it by 8.
Okay. So you can see that he's definitely radiating some sort of magic, even sleeping. It's a very disjointed type of... The emotions that are coming off of him are just so jumbled up and mixed. Whatever he's in a very confused state of mind right now. You can sense that.
And this isn't associated with the sleep spell, right? I mean, would I be able to sense past that?
You'd need a different casting for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of... I have my staff with my bones or my pieces of wood and bark, and my eyes are gonna roll back ahead. I'm gonna kind of chant over him and move the stick over his body as I do my little ritual magic. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna lean over to Yivith and say, "This one feels like his magical energy is broken somehow. Like the Great Spirit tore them apart, and he's not fitting properly. But there is definitely some breath of magic around him."
Ah. Well, I guess that fits with what we're being told.
It might be wise to keep this asleep, as the little one has said.
Yeah, well. Yeah, let's let him sleep.
Theodore seems very relieved at that.
So we're going to send Yannick off to call the guards?
Oh, I'm not a delivery boy. I'm halfling.
You can hear someone from the hallways. It's okay. I've already sent for the guards. They should be here shortly. That roll I rolled earlier was him sneakily climbing up the stairs. More like crawling up the stairs on his belly.
Nice.
Great.
They should be here shortly.
Okay, good. Let's solve our little situation here. So, hey, bartender.
Yes?
Can you...
He pokes his head in the door.
No peeking. Just listen.
I'm sorry. Is everyone okay in there?
Yes, this is very official situation. We even have a member of the town's guard here with us. Don't worry. Bring us 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. These are sleeping, not hungry. Bring us a dozen of donuts and some hot milk. No. Yeah, make it milk.
Okay. All right. You can hear him walking back through the hallway and going back down the stairs.
I'm shaking my head at this. Why is it the smaller they are, the more they like to eat? I don't understand this.
I don't like to eat. I like donuts.
You had a whole dozen of donuts an hour ago.
No, it wasn't me. Remember, I ordered them, hoping that there's gonna be some left when I get back. When I got back, there was half of one.
I do believe someone still has a pocket full of donuts.
I think, yeah. Now that you mention it. I did save some for you.
Pocket Full of Donuts is a very famous song at this era right now.
I thought that was Pocket Full of Sunshine.
No, it's donuts.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we wait till he brings us the order, and then we wait till the guards arrive, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes about 10 minutes before anybody is sent up from the infirmary, or from the Century Village, but they do eventually come. There's 2 guards, and you hear
Yeah,
about.
actually,
You can hear them coming.
Sorry
off
about
when you
that.
see them. No, go ahead.
In a meanwhile, I will search the elf once again for some more similar treasures as he had in his hidden pocket in the glove.
Okay, so you're gonna
Just to be
search
sure.
the sleeping one.
Yes, the sleeping elf, and I'm looking for vials, little bottles, anything that might be poison or potion or whatever.
The moment you go to the body, to the sleeping guy, Theodore he's watching you the whole time, and he kind of scoots a little further away. You hit jackpot. The moment you touch this man, you immediately can start feeling the little hidden pockets he's got within the seams of his coat. You start pulling little vials out. There's probably about a dozen of them at least, and you can feel he's got little packets, little sealed packets, in the seam of his pants, and he's just got random stuff all tucked away.
Oh, this one is full of treasures. Look at that. That has to be analyzed. I'm taking these for later analysis. What do you think, Wilco?
You notice he has a small little slip of paper in one of his pockets as well.
Ah, I'll take this one as well. So I line it all up on the table.
It's a lot.
Right.
There's probably about, like I said, a dozen little vials and probably about half a dozen sealed, very nicely sealed little packets, little squares, probably like little 1 inch by 1 inch. Of some of them feel soft. Some of them feel like there might be like seeds in them. Some of them feel a little mushy, like maybe probably like some sort of mushrooms or something.
Oh, this guy is
Wow.
this guy is either a herbalist, junkie, or or maybe something we don't even want to talk about.
Yeah. Poisoner.
Maybe he does the same thing for a living as I do.
I kind of look over and I said, I thought you were a healer.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Look at all these herbs and other stuff and putting people asleep.
Those look like poisons to me.
How can you say?
Little vials of liquids and powders typically aren't hidden seams typically aren't used to heal people.
Sometimes you need to put people asleep so they do better. They'll heal better. You know. I know what I'm talking about.
Of course. Alex, does the plant look like it's healthy?
The plant is very healthy. The plant is very healthy. Like I said, the leaves are green. They're very shiny and healthy. The bark, you can see, doesn't show any signs of any sort of awesome roll. By the way, doesn't show any signs of any health problems at all from the plant. The soil looks very deep and rich. So
okay.
And then let me type it down.
Do I know? I missed what you said last, Yannick.
I'm responding to the message you gave me. So I will.
So yeah, you guys.
I will just glance the paper. I don't really care at the moment whatever it says, and then I take it all off the table, put it into my bag, saying, as I said, I'm taking these for later analysis to find out what is this guy. What the hell is he?
All right. It takes about, like I said, about 10 minutes for the guards to show up, but about 5 minutes into the waiting while you're searching this guy and spreading out the little packets, the barkeep shows up with carrying a large plate full of drinks. He even managed to scrounge up some donuts. They're a bit on the stale side, but they are present. And he threw in a sandwich since a large loaf of sandwich in there as well, since he couldn't scrounge up enough donuts. And you see he's looking around the room very furtively, trying to take everything in, making sure everyone's still alive. And if there's anything else I can do, I'd be happy to help. And he sits it down in the middle of the table. And you see he's slowly pouring drinks into the mugs as he's looking around the room.
The best thing you can do to help us, leave the stuff on the table and get lost, pretty please. This is very official situation here.
I'm gonna make a quick check. Oh shoot! Is that Mr. Mendoza? He's backing out the room. He's looking at the guy sleeping on the floor. Is that the Emperor Seer himself?
How would you recognize the Emperor Seer?
Well, I mean, he's pretty famous over there. I mean, everybody knows who he is.
I don't.
You're also from
Well,
here.
I didn't know later either.
What's that?
I didn't know earlier, like a couple of hours ago either, so I'm quite surprised as well. Nevertheless, time for you to go, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So he leaves the room. You guys got roughly about 5 more minutes before the guards show up. Is anyone doing anything else?
No.
Okay.
Just kind of for them, make sure they don't make any funny new moves.
The other guy, he seems pretty relaxed. He seems almost a little relieved at this point. He's not gonna get smashed in the face no more. The guards show up, and like I said, there's 2 of them. You can hear them coming up the stairs long before you see them. And they open the door, and one of them immediately recognizes Wilco. Says, "Hey, Wilco, what's going on here?"
We found the Solid Dean. We found the seer.
Oh, wow, okay. Which one's the seer? Oh shit. Is that the guy? You see the guards kind of nudging each other, and
No, there's the elf, the guy in the bed.
I guess we can take him with us. We've got our horses, we can throw him over, I guess. Is everything okay? Is it anybody hurt? I mean, is everything all right?
Oh, they're all okay. Just sleeping.
Oh, okay. What about those 2 guys? I mean, and you see he's pointing to the hobgoblin and the sleeping elf.
They're the guards.
They're the people that abducted the seer.
Oh, well,
Nephews.
Well, or that.
we brought these along just in case, and you see him pull out some shackles. Do you think we're going to need them, Wilco?
At least one. The other one's sleeping.
All right.
Actually, the hobgoblin is quite scared. Use the shackles on the elf. You know elf.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea.
So he goes into the room and he shackles the elf.
They wake up and they become all jumping around and dancing and being dangerous, you know.
Making cookies.
Put some shackles on his ankles, too.
They don't do very good cookies. They put too much.
So he takes the other pair and he shackles his feet as well.
Green stuff.
Yeah, all right. I guess I'll take this one downstairs and heaves him up on his shoulders. The guy does not wake up, remains asleep, and he carries him downstairs as gently as possible. the other guard. So Wilco, what are we doing with Seer Mendoza?
What was the? What do they really wanted? Basically, keep an eye on him and watch him until he
Our
dies.
orders were to escort him to one of the quarters not far from here. He's got a place set up. They've been waiting for him.
Well, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Are these the only? Were those his watchers?
Now, if they were the true watchers, they would have had papers or would have described themselves as much. These guys are bandits.
Yeah, no papers.
Well, I will say that their story of keeping him asleep does I don't know, word sync up with the energies I felt around him. Something is not right with this human.
Yeah, right. Energies. They keep
Yes.
energies around him.
Yes, energies.
I guess I'll throw him on my horse then.
They were told to keep him asleep. I would think that wise until we know otherwise.
No, all right.
I look over at Yannick and said, "You are a physician. How about you whip up a sleeping agent for our human friend?"
Yeah, right. The one he'd been putting on his forehead. Here it is. And I take the bottle that I took from his glove,
Mm-hmm.
and I show it to the guy. See, that's what they've been using.
Oh, okay.
I can analyze it for you. And then come and let you know what exactly it does.
Yeah, that would be great if you could do that for us. Just report it back to Captain, and
Yeah.
I guess we'll take him
Of course.
to his new estates.
I'm just a humble herbalist, but, I will spend a couple of hours doing that.
Okay. All right, so he goes in, he picks up Mendoza and carries him off, and at this point you can hear the bartender from below downstairs. Are you guys gonna be renting that room up there? Because otherwise, I gotta charge someone.
Charge
Charge
Mendoza.
Nah, we're leaving soon.
All right, so what's the plan from here? What do you
I'm
guys-
going to grab the plant, obviously. It's
Okay.
apparently something special, so I will
Alright.
take
What
that.
happened to them?
You're taking a plant?
Yes, this has some significance, I believe.
I
I'm still
don't
trying to
know what
work
it-
out how he would talk. I mean, so
Theodore
If I change-
watches you pick up the plant. He goes, I don't know what the elf was carrying this stupid thing around, but he's been carrying it around. He just take the damn thing. Tired of seeing it.
who said that?
The Theodore.
Oh, the
Oh,
hobgoblin.
yeah.
Huh.
He's cared for that stupid thing more than he cared about anything else on the whole freaking voyage here.
Sounds to me like Leon the Professional.
So the hobgoblin. So just let me get this straight. The hobgoblin said that about the elf, right?
About the sleeping elf who is no longer in the room. Right?
Okay. So the hobgoblin's name's Theodore. Okay. That's a strange hobgoblin name.
Well,
He's
Okay,
not.
maybe-
Let's clarify. He is not full hobgoblin. You can
Okay.
tell he's definitely not full hobgoblin. But he's
Okay.
got a
There's
lot
a
of.
bit of Irish in him.
There you go. He's got a lot of the heavy set features.
Okay, you can tell he's mixed at some point, though.
Yes.
Okay, I will take it under my ward until maybe the elf asks for it back. I'm not in the business of stealing things, but I did take an interest in it.
Okay.
interesting. Figure that might be the source of his drugs, or is there something else to it?
I really, at this point, I really don't know. I don't feel comfortable discussing this with people I don't really know very well without orders. So Unless you have Emperor's papers determining that I should answer to someone else.
Well,
Right.
why were you hiding out in an inn instead of taking him where he was supposed to go?
You're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to ask the guy you just took out of here.
The elf?
Yep,
He's asleep, so I couldn't ask him anything.
he's the guy I answer to, and
Now, whose fault is that?
Hey!
I pat Yibith on the head.
Tychesis is the only one that I answer to, as far as I'm concerned.
Tychesis?
Yes,
Jesus.
I'm assuming that's the elf's name.
I get my orders from
His
him.
name's not Leon.
What's
He
that?
carries around a plant and his name's not Leon.
Well, I will, I guess when he wakes up, tell him I have his plant, and I would like to speak to him about it.
All right, are you guys done with me then?
Aren't the
I
gods
thought-
taking him?
I thought the guards were going to be taking him away too.
They're downstairs.
Yeah.
They haven't
Hey.
come back up. They're still securing the
Guards.
guys to the. You hear them coming back up after about 5 minutes or so. I guess they've secured the guys to the horses. One of them comes up. And he's downstairs waiting with the horses. We taking this guy too?
Yeah, unless he can,
Yep.
till they can establish their bona fides.
All right, come along. Theodore goes along quietly. Good meeting you, gentlemen. Thank you for not smashing me in the face. You see, he rubs his face. He kind of gives Yannick a dirty look as he walks out.
Oh, come on. You know what is this powder used for? It protects leather. Now you're gonna have better skin.
You see his face is all red and irritated. His nostrils are flared up.
And then I turned to the group and I said, well, really? Ask anyone who works with leather. It's just a cheap trick. They use a lacquer powder to preserve leather.
Well,
You pretty much maced him, is what you did.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
He got lucky and only rolled 1 point of damage, so.
funny.
Let's leave this room to prevent from being charged. Since there's really nothing left in here.
Yeah. Well, the only thing left in the room is the bag that was on the table, but other than that.
Someone ought to grab
Grab that.
yep.
What's in the bag?
You open up the bag.
What's the box?
What's in the box? No, there's. It looks like there's spare clothes in there. You do find a little wooden box. It's
Open the
locked.
box.
It's locked. It's a little box, probably about, I don't know, about yay big, about 6 inches by 5. Fits in the.
Oh dear. It's locked. Does it have like a tab lock, or it has lock built in the?
It looks like it has a little keyhole.
Okay. Well, you guys want to know what's in the box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Put the box on the table. As you
Why?
know, a mace is the perfect skeleton key.
You see Loco start to take his mace off of his belt. He's like, yeah, just sit it right there.
Let me pull some of my herbalist skills first. I will attempt to lockpick using my good quality lockpicks. I don't I don't know what's gonna be the penalty for the complication of the lock, but I can certainly give it time. So I
Yeah,
would
go
be
ahead.
rolling against 14. Success by 5.
Nice. The lock pops. It was a little difficult, more difficult than you thought, but it opens after about a few minutes of messing around, and you finally get it popped open, and it's a fine quality
And
little
then I
box.
quickly hide my lockpicks.
everyone can hear you tinkering away.
They
They're
could
plant-shaped locks.
That's some interesting herbalist skills.
All right.
We all got history. Come on, I wasn't born herbalist.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine quality box, and inside you can see it's got a little envelope in there. You can see lots of little envelopes. It's got like little files, like little slots for little packets, and you can see there's lots of little packets in there. Lots of little packets, and there's a little drawer that opens up, and inside that drawer you can see snug set in there are heavy set thick vials. Probably about 5
I'm
of them.
surprised. I'm surprised you guys didn't already know each other.
What?
You must read all the same magazines.
Ooh.
Same subscription.
You talking to me?
There is.
Yeah.
when you open the box up, you also notice that at the inside of the lid, there's an emblem that has been very skillfully carved into the lid.
I close the box immediately.
I need everyone to make perception checks.
Right
Success
on.
by
Oh yeah.
6.
Made it
Failed
by
that.
4.
By 5, sorry.
If you made it by 2 or more, you see the symbol.
All right. I saw it.
Yeah, I was out in the hallway anyways.
Okay, so what's the plan from here? You guys got the bag, you've got the little box with all the stuff, and you've got everybody in custody.
I'm going to take the plant and probably try to trick on Kree, and ask Yibith if he wants to follow me, but I'm going to probably do that next.
Okay.
Because I
Okay,
think
I'll let
last
him
I
take
left
the
it
bag.
off. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just keep the box. I'll just put the box in my bag. And I won't say anything unless someone asks.
Okay.
What can you give us a quick description of what the symbol was for those of us that saw it?
Sure. Actually, it's kind of a weird symbol. It was circular in shape, the outside, and the inside it looked like it was a branch of some plant of some kind, but the branch was snapped in half. It was broken, and the branch seemed to be have a drop of fluid coming out of it. And that,
Okay.
My
As
little
I said,
Yannick.
He was obviously a herbalist.
My little Yannick, I have some, I think you people call it professional curiosity. Could I get a one of those vials so I can run my own analysis on it, as you like to say?
What vials? Oh, vials!
Yeah, the
right,
ones in the box.
vials. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I just want one. If
I'll
they
give
don't look the
him...
same.
They look all the same?
Yes, the vials inside the box or the vials off of the elf.
The ones we saw when you opened the box.
The ones in the box
No.
are the same.
Okay.
The
Same
ones,
color, same ceiling, same everything.
yes, and they seem
Okay,
they have a fluid inside of them, almost a milky, semi-transparent fluid.
Milky, semi-transparent fluid. Am I able to recognize, at least remotely, what it could be from just looking at it?
No, it could be a number of things. You can see that again, there's residue of other stuff in there floating around, bits and pieces, so it's really hard to determine it just by sight.
Yeah, I guess he's mixing the potion same way I do. Okay, I'll give him one of the vials. Go ahead. In case you are able to find anything interesting about it, I'll be only happy to hear about what you found out.
Thank you. And I take it and put it in like a secure location, in a pocket or something.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move us to the city map. That scene is pretty much done. Outside, once you guys get outside, you can see that the guards are waiting for Wilco, and like, Wilco, so I guess we'll just go ahead and take him back. We're gonna stop in at the
we'll be
cabin.
over there shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop at the over at the infirmary, over at the sentry, and let the captain know we have him in custody, and then he'll let you know where we're at from there. We're gonna go ahead and secure him in his new estates.
Okay. Cool beans.
Guards, do you know if the orc named Kree has been released?
Oh yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's already set up in his room. We do have a guard keeping an eye on him in that area, but we can't keep a constant watch on the guy. We're just too short-handed right now. You see him give a no full look at Wilco.
I pretend not to notice, and we commence on to
Wilco, they're trying to recruit you big
the
time.
next location. Yeah. I'm trying to enjoy retirement.
Oh.
Did we lose somebody?
Sorry, I got dropped.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was wondering what happened. Like, I see everybody still. Alright, so they are now in custody, and they are on their way to check in, and then they're going to take him to his new estates. So what's everyone else doing?
Well, remind me, what is our mission now that we found Mendoza?
Well, your primary mission was, of course, to find Mendoza, and the other one was, of course, to find out what happened on the ship. You still don't know what happened on the ship.
Right.
Somebody
There's
killed.
also the one where all those guards disappeared. Oh, foraging or something, right?
Right, that was mentioned. There was basically three squads of soldiers were sent out to explore a little bit, and those 3 units have not yet returned.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Keep in mind, soldiers are the population in Elwood is very small, all things considered. It's been very rough on the town, and guards are very, very, very important because there's not a whole lot of them to guard this large piece of property. So to lose a good 30 men.
That's big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to check on Kree on my off time
Okay.
until we figure out what we're going to do.
What time of day is it?
Say it's around 2. Let's see.
I guess we go on to the boat.
Okay.
Just to remind me, Mendoza was on the same ship as Rifus,
Yes.
the one that had the misfortunate sickness on it.
Yes. They were both on the same ship.
And those are the guys that didn't remember what happened, right? There was some sort of memory loss as well?
Right.
Okay. So
Okay,
something's going funky.
few things. First of all, out of 4 cousins, already 2 survived.
Correct.
They didn't seem to be concerned at all that they lost 2 companions. Someone should, when questioning them, someone should find out what the hell. How come that they never mentioned that 2 more guards attending to Mr. Mendoza went missing? By the way, that's
Well,
one of the reasons I
Also,
attacked them.
why didn't they show that they were guards instead of pretending that they were
nephews.
cousins, nephews?
Exactly.
Uh,
And then there's
and
another
why
thing.
didn't they go to their normal spot instead of that new spot, that new little
Exactly.
hole in the wall?
And then also someone should check their belongings if they have the ring, and I show the ring we found on the dead body. You know?
What
Yeah,
ring
we
is
kinda-
this?
We messed up on the ring part. Let's
I think they did have the ring. I'm not sure.
Yes, they did.
But we found bodies of people who died on the ship who had a ring identifying themselves as. What did that ring mean?
It
it was
basically
the
signifies
Emperor's.
that they were, the Emperor's mark, and that they were servants to the Emperor directly.
So, these are the 2 guards that had died. That was
Right.
Right. Yes.
okay. So we don't know if the other 2 guys had the ring or not. That okay. But I wasn't there for that, anyways. But I'm just
I'm
curious.
gonna take the ring and I'm gonna bite it to see if it's gold.
Okay. It's definitely gold. I mean, it's cut with some silver bits.
So it's bona fide.
Yes. Hey Dan, did you see that chat message I sent you?
Yes, I just noticed it. Give me a second.
Cool. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, the ring is definitely legitimate.
Let's go see the captain of the guard.
Okay.
We'll say howdy and get harassed.
Here we go.
Yeah, can you pick up my part of the pay for doing this job? I just want to take few things back home so they don't get lost, and
Okay.
then I'll join you in the
I'll
office
personally
of the
take care of
captain.
it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are going to back over
To the guard, the infirmary?
Yeah. Well,
Is that where the captain of the guard would be?
yeah. Basically, that whole little this area right here is it's like a military fort.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
All of this right here.
Excuse me for a sec, guys.
Sure. Yeah, it's basically a small little fortified area with barracks, officers' quarters, and stuff like that, and armory, and a little square in the middle for the soldiers to train and drill. Okay, so
Okay. Yeah.
So what's the plan for the afternoon?
well, y'all got a number of things y'all can follow up on, so.
We'll let the that elf sleep it off, and we'll take care of the stuff on the boat.
Yeah, that sounds like. And let them both get awake. We can question them, and then maybe get some answers out of them. But didn't we already kind of search the boat? We found the captain's log and all sorts of stuff on it.
Yeah.
You guys pulled the bodies off, searched the captain's quarters, and I think that's really about it.
Okay.
Oh,
In fact, y'all didn't really even
Was
pull
that
the bodies
for the
off.
boat?
It was somebody else who pulled the bodies off. Y'all guys just really searched the captain's quarters. Y'all went back.
Yeah, we
after.
found the log.
But,
Last I saw.
oh,
last I
the
played.
money is still missing too from the ship. The Emperor had sent some additional reserves for the city of Elwood, and those still haven't been found. The money.
Well, Alex, kind of off screen, I'm gonna spend some time with this plant, and
Okay.
I have pharmacology, herbology, a couple appropriate skills to kind of analyze this, and then a bunch of spells too. I don't know if you want to have me roll on it or just kind of given enough time. What will I find out? But I want to take some time to, if there's any blooms on it, to see if it matches the liquid that was in the little chest.
Okay, got you.
Just find out its properties with my pharmacy herbal skills.
Okay.
But that can be offline. We don't have to do it now. But that's kind of what I want to do at some point, is spend some time, however long it takes, to really do some research on this plant, because I'll figure out what's up with it. It
Yeah,
seems to
okay.
be kind of
It'll be
important.
some naturalist checks.
Okay. Yeah, I have herb work too, so and then gardening and farming and all that good stuff.
Cool, yeah.
But we could do that like at night or something when we're sleeping or taking a break. But I'll either follow with the group, but if there's not much going on, I'll go check on Cree. Is the only two things I really wanted to do.
Okay, so you head back to your place and you're doing a little research on the plant itself. So go ahead and give me 2 rolls right off.
So we
I get
split
it, I'll
for
see.
now.
What's that?
So we are splitting the group for now.
Just temporarily. I'm assuming you guys are probably gonna meet up in a couple of hours or something.
Yes. Okay. Then let's do it this way. Let's handle each one of us while we do what we do ourselves when we split, and then let's say we need to kind of communicate among ourselves where and when are we gonna meet again, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I would say for dinner. Let's meet to
At the
discuss
Four
our fun.
Corners?
Yeah, dinner at Four Corners. That'll give us a couple hours to do our own research. Maybe
Yeah, good idea.
someone
And then-
can question the prisoners. Someone can research the strip. Come together.
And
Okay.
then we just meet up and we can put all we found out together and figure out what to do next. That's actually a good idea.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll try to divvy out the time as evenly as possible here. So,
Hey,
go ahead.
Alex.
Hey, what's up, Derek?
I think I have something made up. Is there a way I can send it to you?
Yeah, dude. Just email it to me. My Gmail
Just
account.
email it. Okay.
So, Jeff, give me 2 checks. The first check is
Okay.
going to be I lost your character. There it is, naturalist check. And the second check
Love.
is going to be a pharmacy check.
Okay, I succeeded on the naturalist check. And where's my pharmacy? I failed by 1 on my pharmacy check.
Okay, so you managed to successfully take a small sample of sap from the tree without damaging it or injuring it in any way.
Okay.
However, you were unsuccessful in matching it to the fluid inside the vial. You'll probably need a little more time or maybe a little more fluid. You're basically going to have to set up a small little drip tray from this little tree. It's much too small to get a larger sample quickly, so you're just going to need more time.
Okay, can I, in that time frame, can I do identify plant, the magic spell on that?
Definitely. What's
I figure
the page reference for that one real quick?
I'm
So we
looking
have
right
some
now.
idea on how long it'll take.
Yeah,
Okay, so why don't you go
I
ahead and
should-
look that up, and Sean,
Yeah, go
what are
ahead.
you doing meanwhile? I think you're muted, Sean.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
I want to take another look at that ship.
Okay. All right, so you make your way back to the ship, and it's just floating dead in the water. They dragged it as close as they could to the shore, and they pretty much left it there to rot. There's not
Oh,
much
really?
left. There's not much left to it
Okay.
anyway. Like I said, it's definitely not seaworthy, and you can see they've already stripped the sails off of it. They've took the masts down, but otherwise, it's basically just going to be used for scrap.
Okay. I want to go see if I can take a look at the private cabins in this thing.
Okay,
If they're still above water.
they are.
See if I can figure out.
They're just a little deep in the water. That's all. It's probably
Okay.
for you, it'd probably be like chest high.
Okay, I'm looking for Mendoza's room. I'm thinking that there'll probably be a few bunks in this room because of the guards.
Yeah.
But he should have his own room, unlike most of the people on this ship. Basically.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if I can figure out which one would be his room rather than the captain's room, or what may be the first officer's room.
Okay. So you're searching through the ship, and you find the second deck. The second main deck is mostly passenger space. You can see some of it's partitioned off. You can see hammocks. It's obviously crew quarters, very cramped, small spaces. And then you get a little further down, you can see little partition walls have been put up for semi-private rooms. But inside each room, there's bunks, and there's 4 bunks. So it's like 8 person to a room. It looks like, and they're small. No bigger than the little room at the Shady Glen Inn.
Right.
You make your way through there, and you don't seem to see anything that matches that description until you reach the very bottom, where the cargo bay is. I'm sorry, the cargo bay. The cargo area is at, where they were carrying all the heavy stuff. In there, in the very back, there's a room that was partitioned off, and in there, you see what looks like private quarters.
Huh.
And in there, in fact, you notice one of the first things you notice right off is a bag matching the bag that Theodore was carrying.
Okay.
And you see it's still floating in the water, and you see some of the contents that floated out. But again, this looks like personal quarters in here. And this, you can see like I said, you can see the black bag floating in the water. Looks like, did we lose Jeff?
Yeah, he said he was going to go away for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I am going to take the bag and those things that you said looked like they'd floated out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to search the room.
Okay. You search the room, and you eventually find a matching wooden box, again, like the one that was found in the other bag. And you can find identical robes to the clothing that the guys were wearing, stuffed inside the bag. You find what looks to be like just a small package about yay big, and inside there's wax paper, small little snippets of wax paper, and all the stuff you would need to seal and make neat little packets.
Okay. No other plants like the one that we found in there, though, eh?
No. What I do, do you have any sort of searching skills?
Yeah, I have search and observation.
Awesome. Make a search skill check for me.
Okay. So that's 12. Made it by 5.
Wow. Okay. So you search the room as thoroughly as you possibly can. It's going to take you probably about a good hour at least. Remember, there's water in the room too, so
right.
You're doing quick little dives underwater, and you're checking everything. And you find tucked under the bed, one of the boards is you can see air bubbles still coming up from it occasionally, and that's what kind of tipped you off to it. You pry it open, and air just bubbles right out, and you can see something start to float out of that little space underneath the bed.
Going to something very small. Can I
Yes,
tell
it's
what it
definitely
is
small.
before I grab it?
It looks yes, it looks like a little nut.
Huh.
Like a
Okay.
pecan maybe, or some. It looks like some sort of like I said, some sort of nut.
Okay. I will grab that and put it in my pocket for Brock to take a look at later.
Make a IQ check for me.
Uh-oh. Made that by 4.
By 4?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do this off screen. But basically what will happen for the time being is you wake up roughly around we'll say when you finally wake up and you come out of the ship, you realize you've been asleep or out for probably about a good 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half.
Oh.
You have some vague memories going on, and we'll, like I said, I'll message you off screen.
Okay.
But you know that little thing that you have in your hand is very significant. You should probably hold on to it.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll obviously stop holding it in my hand, and I'll pop it into, if there's an empty pouch or a pocket, basically, should be good.
Okay. All right. So, Yannick. You there, Yannick? Oh, I got a message from someone. Okay.
Read.
That's what I'm doing right now. Hold on. Excellent. Okay. So, what I'm going to need from you, Yannick, is just a few checks. So, make that first skill check.
Let me see.
Okay.
This one is by, yeah.
Excellent.
Ignore this one. It's a. I just misclicked.
I sent it to you, Alex.
Okay, cool. And the second check, how much did you make that one? That one is actually the second skill you mentioned.
It's.
Yeah, it looks like. Hold on. I seem to have lost your character. Here you are. Yeah, you made that one too. Okay. So I will send you the information on that real fast. So give me just a moment, guys. Sorry.
You mean you can't triple task? Come on, man. Unacceptable.
Okay, so did you get those messages there, Yana?
Yes. What's the agent on the first one?
There we go.
So it would be respiratory.
Yes,
Okay.
unless mixed with a.
Yeah. So it can be modified to make it contact or not.
Yes, you can. With
Okay.
with the proper agents mixed in with it.
Okay, got it. And then the last thing is the papers. Can you kind of let me know about that in case I can read it?
Okay, give me just 1 sec. Okay, the papers. Yeah. Let me take a look at a character sheet real quick. Yannick, can you speak any other languages?
No, I'm just simple herbalist.
Unfortunately, the writing is written in a language you cannot understand.
It's written in a language I cannot understand, but I know what it is, right? That's what you told me before.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously I need to talk to the guy. Um, just one thing I forgot as I was checking my mailbox. Was something in there?
No, there was nothing in there.
Good. I'm done.
Okay.
I will. I assume I will spend all the time doing these, and then I'll attend to our dinner meeting.
Okay. Wilco, you still haven't put your finger on it.
I'm going to go walk home. And as I'm walking home, I'm going to make a politics roll to see what kind of political clout does a person with the Emperor's seal truly have. Can they say jump and everyone has to say like how high?
Okay, you're wearing
kind of thing?
You're wearing the ring?
Not wearing it, have it.
Okay.
I'm just kind of making a politics memory check, I guess.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, go for it.
No, I failed that too by 4.
Not really sure. Never really got invited to the officers' dinners.
Yeah.
But you can probably make a streetwise check.
I want to try streetwise then.
You might not necessarily know if the ring has pull amongst officers, but you know on the streets and from word on the street that these people who wear
succeeded by 6.
People who wear these rings aren't people you really want to fuck with. They might not outright kill you, but they will socially destroy you. Someone wearing these rings usually has the kind of clout to make you mysteriously lose your job. Yeah. Subterfuge would usually happen to anyone who crossed these people.
Okay.
Now you tell us.
Yeah. These rings aren't very common. Not common at all. These are usually only given to... This is out of character knowledge, by the way. These rings are usually only given to high-up officers, people who have direct contact with the Emperor.
I have savoir-faire, high society, and I've seen the ring. I actually had one before I gave it to Wilco. Would I be able to know something about that?
Yeah, you would know that you probably made, like I said, these it's sort of like running into the president's personal bodyguards. You know what I mean? It's not something you're gonna know. It's not something the common person's gonna know about.
Okay.
So let's see.
Alex.
Uh-huh.
So I looked it up. Identify plant is a information spell specifically, and actually it gives me, if I succeed, it gives me +3 to the roll I did earlier.
Oh, cool.
So I'll roll that. If I get it, that made my pharmacy skill would have been a success.
Yeah, cool.
So basically, all it does is determines the type of plant, species. It all gives basic information about edible poisonous. Successful casting skills is +3.
Okay.
To naturalist and physician skills, but I'm assuming that covers, like a pharmacology type medicinal thing as well, because it's physician's type skills. But it doesn't say any type of time, so I guess it's instant.
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. If it doesn't say time, then yeah, it's instant. So
it doesn't matter because I failed it.
Oh shit.
So if it's instant, can I just do it over and over till I freaking get it? I mean, how does that work?
Failure costs. I can't remember the rules off the top of my head for magic failures, but it basically cascades, I believe, on the failures. So you can cast it again, but it's -1, and it still costs you the fatigue. And then
you can double the time to get +1. So
right.
How do you double the time on something that's instant?
When you are casting information spells, remember it always comes handy to double the time and get +1.
Okay.
Especially when time isn't really of an essence. So.
I mean, if it's instant, I guess we just narrate that. So what
It's not
if I didn't have enough, I didn't have.
Yeah.
It takes 1 second to cast it, and at the end of your turn, at the end of the second, you get the result. So you double the time, you get +1. It takes.
Yeah, but when you're
seconds.
not combat, that 1 second doesn't matter. I mean, it's
right. It's narrative time, so don't worry about it. So.
But I mean, I guess let me ask you: how many times reasonably would I have before dinner time during my research would I have to cast it? How many times would I be able to try?
As far as that's concerned, since it's such a simple spell, I'm just going to have you roll 1 time to have an opportunity for critical success. Otherwise, I'm going to say you eventually succeed. It's a simple spell. It's nothing overly complicated. It doesn't take too long to cast. And just like the D&Ds,
He's
take 20.
By his fatigue.
What's that?
He's limited by his fatigue points. When he uses it up, he will need to rest, which will take like an hour, maybe 2, to give him back his fatigue points.
How many fatigue points does
start
it cost?
trying over again.
So
it only costs 2. I have 13.
You have 13. So like I said, unless you fail by more than 3, I'll say you eventually get it, because I'm not going to have to sit here and have you roll for it over and over and over.
Roll a bunch of times. Okay.
Right. If you critically fail, of course, you're not going to get any information. But if you critically succeed, you're going to get more information than you normally would. So.
Okay, so you want me to roll again? Is that what you want?
Did you roll right there?
Yeah, that's 14, so I failed by, if I would have waited like he said, I'd have got +1. That ended with failure by 3.
Okay, so you eventually do get the information. It takes you a little while.
Okay.
I'm going to make a quick check myself. Okay. All right, and then I'll private message you that info.
You don't have to. You can just tell me. I don't care.
Okay. The information you get, you know that this is... What? So it gives you the breed,
It gives me... So you have me roll twice. Naturalist gives me... Naturalist gives me some information like... to tell if plant's dangerous, where it's from, if it's around here, right? And then the magic gives me exact type and species of any one plant, basic information, edible, poisonous. So it's going to give me some rough information, and then the reason I did identify plant, it gives me +3 in pharmacology, which I did succeed then, and that basically, what is it medicinal values? That's kind of what I'm getting, and ultimately, I guess I succeeded at that.
Okay,
not a critical success, but a basic.
Okay, cool. Well, you know it's some type of strain of yew tree. You're not
yew
sure.
Tree?
Yeah, YEW.
So it's a tree I've never.
But
yew. Oh, okay.
But it's different. It's different. The bark markings are different. The leaves are slightly shaped different. But you recognize it for what it is, and your magic spell confirms it. And for all intents and purposes, this looks like a sapling. like a baby tree.
Like a baby tree, and it's a yew tree, which is on this continent, or is it?
Right. There's a lot of confusing stuff about it though, because it has all the markings of a sapling, but you can tell by the bark and the root growth and analyzing the leaves and stuff that this tree is this sapling is at least a good 20, 30 years old. I mean, you've seen other types of trees that have been bonsai'd like this before, and this is showing all the telltale signs of an older tree, not necessarily.
So is it a cultivated growth, or is it just a slow-growing tree?
You're not really sure. You do see markings of cultivation,
Okay.
nipped buds here and there, and you can see, but you see stuff on it that indicate that it's an old tree. Small little scars here and there, but then when you tried to sap it, you notice that it's not giving out a whole lot, and the sap looks like a sapling or like a sapling sack.
Okay.
Sap, not full grown. It's
So
giving you conflicting information.
So it's an enigma. What about the either the flowering bud or the sap? Does it have any medicinal or pharmacological use? That I can tell.
That I'm not sure off the top of my head, but basically you would get any information if it does.
Okay. All right. So I know this is a strange tree. It's not typical, and it might have some sort of weird property. Okay. Potentially. Right.
Make an IQ check for me real quick.
Okay. Succeed by 6.
By 6.
Yes.
And one last one.
Sure. It's 17, so I probably failed it, whatever it was.
Okay. So, analyzing it, casting spells on it, handling it, all this takes an hour or 2 hours, however long. You do know there's magical properties coming off of this tree. You're not sure if it's emanating from the pot necessarily, or maybe it's from the tree itself, but there's something magical about it.
Is there other trees in the universe, just common knowledge, that have magical properties, trees, or is this not normal?
It has been documented before.
Okay. So it's not like the first time everybody's seen a magical tree. Okay.
Right. Wilco.
Yes.
Give me an
I didn't
IQ
take
check.
so much time.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I think I gave you an IQ check. Is there another one?
Yeah. You got to thinking about the political influence of the ring, the streetwise.
Okay.
Realized that the kind of influence it does pull.
Still failed it by 2.
You just can't put your finger on it. You can't quite put your finger on it. You know the answer is somewhere in your head. You ran across it at some point. Something is giving you conflicting messages. You know something is not right.
There's something about that ring that you just can't put your finger on.
And the answer, you can't quite remember where it's at, but you know you ran across it. But you're heading, you know you're close.
You are old, Wilco, so, I mean, it does happen with
Yeah.
age, so.
A little senileness going on.
Let's see. All right, so I think that about covers everybody's time on their own. Real quick, let me send someone a message.
So out of character, Yibith, but I believe that walnut probably has something to do with this plant. But my characters would not know nothing about that.
All right, so supper time comes close. It's getting closer, and you guys start meeting up at the Four Corners Tavern. Place is pretty busy, pretty packed. Tables are beginning to get set. The barmaids are jumping around from table to table, trying to make sure everybody gets their orders. And I don't know who would arrive first. I don't think anyone's actually staying there, so.
Your call.
Yeah, probably me.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, that makes a lot. Wilco is sitting at the table, and you see he's got a mug and he is poring over logs, over the captain's logs.
I will, whenever I arrive at whatever, I'll sit down and join whoever's there.
Oh,
All right. If you see I don't know if everyone's looking exactly where I'm looking at, but on the map, everyone's tokens are actually there. If it's even... Give me just a moment. My contact seems to be messing up on me. I'm going to take the contact up real fast. Give me about 5 minutes.
All right.
Hey, he's still going to be asleep unless you're going to wake him.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Who's asleep?
The elf.
The herbalist.
He's at the bar?
No. I was
No.
just thinking to go and question him, but
Okay.
seems like he's still sleeping.
Okay. I read over your character description and everything looks good. I haven't opened up the GCA, Derek, so... But description, yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
There's really nothing out of the ordinary on them. The only thing is you might want to take a look on a few of them just to make sure you're cool with everything I picked, like disadvantage-wise and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, we can go over that after. Let's see. Oh, what's everyone doing with the stuff that they found?
As soon as we got together as a group, I was going to give my findings.
You know what? Speaking of it, did I ever get rid of that little jar with the dingle bell in it?
Oh, that. I'm assuming you kept that.
My best guess is it's a cat toy.
I'm gonna say I don't think you ever looked in it, did you?
No, all I did was shake it for the little got that little bell noise.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, it's a cat toy.
You found that in the quarters of Cree, right?
No, it was one of the boxes that smuggler was
that's
pocketing.
Yeah, I'm assuming you still have it. I mean,
it was if I remember right, it's a little small jar, like something that you could put in your hand, and had a cork in it, and you shaked it, and it was had a little dingy
had a little
noise.
rattle and like almost bell-like rattle to it. But yeah, I'm assuming you still have it. So
No, I guess there's no harm to opening the bottle.
okay, you open the little bottle, and it looks like it's a little hard piece of. It looks like almost like the smell coming off of it. It says candy immediately.
Candy?
Mm-hmm. Hard candy.
Eat it.
Oh.
It smells delicious.
Eat it.
I'm going to eat it.
I
do know somebody who likes little round sweets.
Eat it for science.
Make an IQ check for me.
Yeah, I failed this one too. Before.
Man, come on.
Everyone else gets to make a smelling check at the dinner table.
What's this? How do you do roll a smelling
Just
check?
it's a perception check.
I think I have some advantage due to my orcness.
If you have any sort of cooking,
Turns out it's moon sugar.
any type of cooking skills would come in handy here. You can make that instead.
I failed it.
Basically, anyone who makes the check smells the
Wait,
candy.
I think I have.
Oh wait, I have a cute taste and smell 1 as part of my my ogre thing.
Wow.
He craves.
I knew I had some racial advantage.
What
does that mean?
It's a sweet candy. It's a very pricey piece of sweet candy.
That smells like a very spicy piece of sweet candy.
It would probably go for quite a bit on the black market.
Eat
Being
it.
that the extracts necessary just don't grow well here.
That sounds like a challenge, personally, to Grok.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys
Yeah, it's right up your alley.
Yeah.
gather at the dinner table. Sam brings you your food and platters of donuts for said persons.
I didn't order any donuts. I wanted a nice fried chicken for a dinner.
She rolls her eyes, snatches the donuts up, and puffs off.
Donuts are breakfast. Does it look it's time for breakfast?
So what are you guys doing?
Whenever it's my turn to speak, I will relay my information, but just let me know, and I will do it.
Go for it.
Well,
You want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm assuming we're kind of all at the table talking and stuff. I'm going to mention that I took the plant and sensed its spirit energy and determined that it's a unique specimen, not from around here, but it has some similarities with some of our local plant life. Not quite able to lock down what, but there's something very unique about the plant. It's definitely special, and it does. And I look over at Yibith. It does have some sort of magical connections, which is, to be frank, very unusual for a plant, or not common. What else did I look? But that's about it. I know it's not from here, and it's definitely a unique plant. It has something with this age. Feels off. It feels much. Its spirit feels much older than it actually is, but I'm not able to determine why.
Like a bonsai tree?
I'm not sure. Would I know something about a bonsai, Alex?
Yes.
The concept of a bonsai?
Yes. Anyone with gardening skill would be familiar with it.
Kind of like that, but not quite. There's it's not like there's signs of a tree being kept miniature. This seems to be just really old but small, so it's not quite making sense to me. It requires more communing with the plant spirits to determine.
It's probably a gold tree.
A what?
A gold tree.
Gold?
There's in the West, there's miniature trees that sprout gold. It was a mixture between dwarven magic and horticulture.
What tree? What type of tree did you say it was, Alex?
A yew tree.
This seems to be. Does a gold tree related to a yew tree, or used as the base for this alchemy?
One moment.
You know.
I don't really know what the dwarven tree's called.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Sorry.
Alex, I'm assuming I wouldn't know anything about a gold tree from over. That's probably new to me.
Do you have any sort of lore?
I do, but I've never been outside of this continent. So if it's from the other continent,
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I do have herb lore and naturalists and all that, but I'm kind of from this continent, so I don't know. Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, I saw this tree in a spirit dream I had recently. This looks like a small version of the tree of life I discovered in one of my dream walks. In my dream walk, there was a large tree that was blooming, and this seems to be a small version, a sapling of that. Something very tied with the energies of the plants of life.
Well, as far as I remember, the hobgoblin said the tree belonged to an elf. You know elves. They do weird stuff with the trees.
They greatly respect the tree spirits.
probably stole it from a dwarf.
I do not know dwarfs to respect the tree spirits.
Anyway, the tree is not giving us any clues, does it?
No, but there is some significance. But
Well,
no, yes.
I checked out the ship, and I found another chest, a lot like the one that Yannick took.
What chest? I didn't took any chest. Oh, I did. Yeah, the small one. Of course.
Why are halflings always naturally dishonest? Why?
I'm not dishonest. I was just thinking how would I be able to carry a chest? And then I remembered the small chest. I took one. Of course I did.
Don't get racist.
They're offended by that.
Yeah, I'm stereotyping now.
Yeah. Well, just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean it's not true.
Oh, I'm totally unusual halfling.
Think of it more as it's a stereotype for a reason.
I'm halfling herbalist. Have you ever seen any halfling herbalist?
And I'm saying no, and I'm leaning over the table looking at it. I have not.
Just one. And I also found, and I'll kind of pull it out with like a fork and a spoon or something. I found this seed, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's kind of weird. I'm not sure if you should touch it.
Why did it burn?
No, I'm not sure what it did. I just seem to have lost some time.
The humming still hasn't gone away. In fact, it's almost, I hate to use the word, but it's almost like an angelic quality to it.
Well,
And you seem to be the only one who hears it.
You're going crazy. That's what that means.
Okay, after he says what he says, I take a close look at him. If he bears the same symptoms the people coming from the boat had.
No, nothing like that strikes you immediately. Wilco, if I could make you get new dice, I would right now.
Virtual dice?
Wow.
Dude, Dan, your dice are dead tonight.
Here, take my virtual dice and try
You
again.
know it's somewhere within those pages you were flipping through just a moment ago. Something in you said it's somewhere right here, and you lost it.
That's a crit fail, right? 665.
It's near
It
enough.
depends on his skill. If his skill is good enough, it's not a critical.
Oh.
Oh, this is. This actually is.
It's like
Poor Wilco.
it's. Yeah, that
He
really,
needs to take a nap.
It makes it better whenever they have the the 6 that's all green, so it makes it look like it's a good number.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, yay. No, it's not. And Savage Worlds, that'd be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explosions.
you can see at this point everyone seems to notice it rather quickly. The mood in the whole room kind of goes a little somber as you can see what looks to be people in mourning coming through to get dinner, and it looks like family members of some of the people who died on the ship. People were expecting family to come through on some of the ships that didn't make it through. So as you guys are discussing this, and one of the women walks up to the table, and she's an elderly woman. She said, "I just wanted to thank you. I heard so much about what you did. I know there wasn't much to be done, but I wanted to thank you for treating our family with respect and the dignity they deserved. And I hope all of you can make the funeral burning in the morning tomorrow. Thank you again." She sees her slowly walk off with family.
It would honor me greatly to honor your dead.
And she turns back and smiles. Says, "Thank you, thank you."
Yibis looks a little panicked at the idea of.
You're going, Yibith. I will escort you. I will escort you to the burial ritual.
How early in the morning are we talking about?
Are we? They're not going to expect us to like make a speech or anything, are they?
I don't know.
I don't know human customs.
Visions and hallucinations.
It's Wilco, you're going to be
So,
in charge of that,
I
right?
get to be the one to decide that, yeah? Okay, yeah. It'll be a speech.
But
Because
you're
you're the last to really deal with the bodies.
Yeah,
right.
I love speeches, but the speeches on weddings are way better than on funerals.
But the cake tastes terrible in a wedding.
Yeah,
It's a
usually
cake.
it is.
They have better cake at funerals?
We must
No,
all.
but, they have like a smorgasbord at a funeral. So you don't have to deal with cake.
I didn't know that. And you're going to take care of the speech, I assume.
Yeah, I have a pretty high interrogation skill.
Okay.
Okay,
We must all honor the dead.
of course.
That is
All right.
required of us.
Boy.
And I can't think of a better way to honor the dead than with a buffet.
Hey, Wilco, did you get that message?
I frowned.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the old lady.
Hallucinations.
Can I roll against the walnut thing that he put on the table, by the way? For identification?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm assuming that'd be naturalist, right?
Yep.
Or gardening, which one?
In fact, anyone with gardening can get a check on that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we all have gardening.
I didn't even think about. Well, hey,
I do.
there's actually about half of y'all do.
I have
Oh,
gardening.
What
Yeah, I
the
guess
fuck
so,
is
yeah.
that?
This is bugged out, Alex. We all need to re-roll because we all get the same thing in a row.
Holy crap! 17, 17, 17. No, I think I'd have to agree with on that.
Wow, what are the odds?
3, 17.
broke-
I think this program is broken. They're stuck.
Well,
Yeah, the random numbers generate. So we get the reroll. Or don't.
yeah,
we
go
get
for
a-
it.
we get a
Three
plus-
17s in a row is kind of weird. So yeah, go ahead and read it.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Much better. By 4, I succeeded.
Okay.
What are we rolling for? Which skills can be applied?
Naturalist
Naturalist or
or
gardening? right?
gardening or gardening.
Okay, it's success by 4
Okay, give me just
on both of these.
just
So that's by
one
6 for me.
Even herblore would be by 4.
Let me take a look at my note real fast.
I'm
Sorry.
looking at Herbal. What does Herblore actually give us? Oh, it's the manufacture. Oh, so Herblores actually make potions.
Yeah, but you got to have a 10 points worth unusual background to be able to do that, to cover the training. That's what Alex made me do. Dump 10 points into unusual
Yeah, I
background.
have unusual backgrounds. I have the unusual backgrounds to do any magical type stuff. So
Right. Yeah. Basically, anyone with any sort of magical abilities have to take unusual background.
okay, so Herblore
Okay.
really is for if I want to make potions. Naturalist is for the identification, right?
Or natural remedies.
Okay.
So basically, we are the
Non-magic.
same character, but you're ogre and I'm halfling.
Yeah, we have a lot of overlap, but I have like
Uh-huh.
12 spells and they're all plant based, like pretty much worthless, other than flavorish, right?
Lucky
I
me.
do have
lucky me,
law.
I got other
Wait, I
skills.
want to make a. I keep on skipping over. I do have a law skill. I want to make a law roll over lockpicks.
Oh, that's right.
Lockpicking.
Uh-oh.
Grok.
Yes.
I even made it too.
Do you remember what exactly the other orc? What was his name? Kree.
Creed.
What
yes.
did he was like very confused, and he was talking about something that attacked the boat and then went to the ocean or something similar. You remember?
Yeah, he came down with a fever, and he remembers, I think, some sort of attack, and also in a feverish fit, he might have wounded or injured one of the medics helping him, so they tied him down. and that is the last thing he remembers.
Okay, I'll put out the splinters I still have in my pocket, the ones I pulled out of his forehead. It's like wooden splinters, or is it some kind of splinters of claws?
They look like wooden splinters.
You remember he was tied to the bed, and maybe he got it from breaking out of the bed?
Okay. Okay, here's what I found out. The elven herbalist is a herbalist, and the stuff he was carrying with himself, it causes hallucinations. So I don't know about the loss of memory of the other people, but I'm pretty sure he took at least a dose of the stuff that the elf had with himself.
So this was the content of the vials that we found?
No, it's a content of those little bags, paper, packages.
And a hallucinogen.
What?
So
If
a
you got
hallucinogen, but not a sleeping potion?
No, the sleeping potion is the content of the other one. Okay, let me just confirm something with Alex. The vial he had in his glove has the same content as the other vials he had in his other pockets and in the chest, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so yeah, the sleeping one is the other vial, and he was rubbing it on Mendoza's forehead. So I guess it either works with a skin contact, or if you cut it down like in high amount of water, it can become a digestive agent. So people, I believe what he did, he poisoned the water with it. So some people slept most of the time during the way, and some he might be messed up, and that's why Tree has these hallucination memories.
But why? Why would he want the crew, the passengers and the crew of the ship to fall asleep?
Well, you are carrying a crazy oraculum person. Something goes wrong. What do you do to make sure that no one finds out on the boat? You put them on sleep as soon as you can, and you can't go around and tell them, look guys, you got to drink this because I need you to drink it to fall asleep. Right? But everyone needs to drink a lot, right? Especially during some voyage, some traveling on a ship, right? So you put it into the water, people fall asleep, your oraculum goes crazy, you handle your oraculum, put it on sleep as well, and then you successfully get to the destination. The question is, what happened to the guards?
Perhaps there was an attack while they were sleeping.
Attack of what?
Something attacked the ship. I mean, there was a lot of damage.
And I believe that something smuggled bodies onto the boat.
Smuggled bodies onto the boat?
See, I just did some mental math, and there is 120 bodies dead, with 14 survivors. And looking through these logs here, there is 90 passengers and 30 crew. So there's 14 additional people that are unaccounted for.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the first thing is the hallucinogenic thing. if you get overdosed, you can die. So basically, I believe the elf used both of these things to put them on sleep, or maybe cause them some hallucinations. And some of them, unfortunately, like for example the Grimes, haven't survived because they got overdosed by it. Might be.
And then there's the extra people, and then there's the attack
Yeah.
on the ship. So this is something about this is more complex than it should be.
Well, look, no one else except for Kree talks about an attack. I talked to the people, I asked them, I attended to them, I provide some first aid, I took care of them. No one else except for Kree ever mentioned any attack. They got loss of memory, they've been dazed, and they probably spent most of the time on the boat sleeping. They don't remember a thing.
Yeah, but the ship has physical damage. Alex, this was a few weeks ago we played. But,
Right, yeah.
So was the ship? I thought the ship was damaged and waterlogged and partially sinking.
Yes.
The mast was broke down.
Yes,
right?
it looked like it passed through a storm at some point.
Okay, so it could have been a storm then. Okay.
Oh, by the way, everybody, make sure you're checking your messages and stuff, because I have dropped a few messages to some people under the chat, the random chat. I'm sorry, the general chat of Roll20.
I don't see any messages.
Yeah, you're good.
Does
I
it-
sent a few to a couple people. I didn't send one to everybody, but just a few. I'm going to make a few rolls here real fast.
Does it pop up pretty apparently?
It doesn't, unfortunately. I don't think it does. It does make a little noise, but it's hard to hear sometimes, especially when you're concentrating on people talking and stuff. So.
Furthermore, when you do macros, you can mute the noise. So
Yeah, there is that too. I had mine muted for the longest time. Okay, I need to make a few checks. Real fast. There we go. This is for the first one. The second one. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's never good.
And, okay. All right, so check it out. There's 4 rolls I made there. Basically, as you guys are discussing all of this, Sean, you notice right away that the humming, that angelic sound that has been playing quietly in the background of your head is no longer playing in the background of your head. It seems to be coming from outside. And now everyone but Wilco seems to hear it. Wilco is still talking and telling everyone about the numbers and hasn't seemed to have noticed the humming sound. It's almost like a singing, but it's very light.
With my acute hearing, it probably hurts my ears. I'm like, what is that noise?
And now Wilco notices it once it's pointed out to him. And you guys aren't the only one who seem to have noticed it. People are looking up from the table going, what is that? What is that sound?
That's a song singing from my dream. I'm going to get up and take a look outside.
As you make your way out, it's probably around 8-ish in the evening. Everyone's had their dinner, in middle of dinner, so it's around 8-ish. So it's dark outside. You got to remember, Elwood is relatively small, so there's not a whole lot of ambient light, city lights anyway. So you guys step outside, and you can see that it seems to be emanating from the shores, and it's fairly loudly now that you step outside.
So it's coming from the ocean?
Yes, it's coming from that direction, general direction.
I could hear this singing coming from the water when I was on board the ship.
You mentioned in your dreams? Did you have a spirit dream walk?
No, it was more of a dream nap, but I think it has something to do with that seed. But now I can hear it coming from the ocean. I'm gonna go check it out.
Perhaps
So
a great
the
sound
sirens.
spirit speaking to you.
The sound seems to
It's sirens.
the sound seems
okay,
to
wait a
come
minute.
with the ocean. You can hear the sounds coming, and you can see it. Well, you guys aren't the only ones who notice it. Like I said, people are standing outside in the streets, and they're following the sound to the kind of follow
Actually,
the source.
on second thought, it could be dangerous. Maybe we should get some weapons. I don't know. Could be mermaids or something.
Yeah, right. Dangerous mermaids.
Weird, sharp, fangy teeth.
Maybe they want their seed back.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'd be probably fairly curious, but I'll probably go with the group if we decide to look at it.
Okay, let's
It's
yeah.
sirens. They're sirens. I'm gonna put my pinkies in my ears and sit at the table.
Okay. So you're staying at the table. You can see the windows are thrown open, and people are looking out the windows.
People are heading towards the shore too.
Yes, they're trying to follow the sound and figure out what it's at. Like I said, it's loud. It seems to be emitting from everything. It's just really, really loud.
Huh.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah,
I think we should go check it out. But be ready for anything.
Okay.
Would you like to ride on my shoulders, Jibith?
As you guys make
Sure.
your way outside,
Absolutely.
you can see
Woohoo.
Cree is making his way back to the inn from wherever he was at, and you can see he has a very dazed look on his face, and he's looking around, and you see he grabs one of the first people he comes close enough to, and he just takes what looks like a walking stick, and he just stabs him with it, and just
Stabs the person with
just
it?
a random person in the street, just stabs him with it, and you see he's reaching for someone else already before that person even falls, and that's a good point to stop right there.
Ah,
Again?
It's
Damn
midnight.
it.
It's 12:05.
that is a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, I guess that's a good spot. To
I was
stop.
looking at my spell book, so yeah. That's interesting. Some sort of mind control thing going on here.
Yeah.
Because he attacked people on the boat was similar. He just randomly attacked people and they tied him down.
And if you're stabbing people with a walking stick, you're not thinking things through very clearly.
Mhm.
What's wrong with using walking stick?
Well, if you got a walking stick, you want to hit them in the face, right?
Smash him in the face.
Smash them in the face, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use my walking stick for usually. Yeah.
That's right. So not so much with the stabbing people.
Well, you can poke them.
Did you have like a blow thing in your, like a powder blow gun in your walking stick too?
Why would you ask that?
If I theoretically was there last session.
It's a bit of a personal question.
You're asking as a player or as a character?
No, that's as a player.
Okay. I got a very special walking stick and it is a blowpipe as well.
That's cool. So you have like a utility cane, like you're kind of Batman.
Yeah, I'm helping Batman. You just unwrap all my content.
You have all the repellents, the shark repellent, and remember the old Batman's when sharks were biting him, and on his belt he had a shark repellent. Just happened to be on his utility belt.
And I'm using a bark of poison ivy, which is usually used for preserving leather. I'm using it to blow it to some people's faces. Yeah, I'm Batman. You have covered me. Alex, my whole character concept is broken. Can I reroll.
Mini Batman. All right, so check it. There's a lot of private messages flying tonight. So what I'll do to kind of wrap up some of those little private side things that were going on is I will send emails to people with links. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your character and I'm going to put under GM secret the information that I want you to have.
Okay.
Okay.
Or I'll just share an NPC or item or information as per person type deal. So.
I'm curious to what's going on with Crete.
That's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Anybody have any questions? Let me see what else. Oh. When did y'all want to play again? That's what I was looking at my calendar for.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I won't be ready by tomorrow. I can tell you that right now.
No.
Come on, man.
2 weeks. We should stick to our schedule,
So
unless
that would
there's a
be
good reason. The
June
29th.
29th. There we go.
Yep, I'm open.
29th is good by me.
I'll be gone for a few weekends in July for summer, so just give me a heads up.
Okay.
Towards the end of July. There'll be like 2 weekends I'll be gone, so I'll probably miss a session.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know. Did I talk about it with everybody? Oh, I was going to take all the videos. I've already extracted the audio. I'm going to send a link, a private link for you guys. Like if you should miss a session or if you just want to listen to it again, you can listen to an MP3 format instead of having to watch the YouTube video.
So we can podcast it.
Right. I mean, it won't be on an RSS feed or nothing like I was telling Sean and Jeff, but you'll have it if you want to be able to, if you want to go over and review it.
Alex, please remind me next time that you are recording, because I don't think it's a nice way to torture people, make them listen to me with my Russian accent.
Dude, I understand you fine. I mean, every now and then, but honestly, it's usually because of the mic. It's not because of you.
Yeah, your English is better than my Russian. That's not saying much, but but perfectly understandable.
Yeah, your English is good, dude. Seriously. Like I said, the only time you can become a little understandable is only when the microphone, it seems to every now and then almost like breaks up sometimes.
For like a second or two?
Yeah.
It's probably bandwidth latency.
No, it's a bandwidth.
Yeah. Just crackles a bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's because I'm chewing on cheese nachos.
You know what? On that note, I am
That could have a lot
starving.
to do with it.
Food sounds excellent.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Alex.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Good night, guys.
Have a good night.
See you later.
Bye.
Nah, guys.